reason that I gained that desire to travel was because both of my parents traveled the world. And there were some of the first stories I had ever heard when I was a little girl. And I think you look up to your parents a lot. But I realized that I just had to go for it myself because I was tired of waiting around. And if you wait around, you might never do it. My parents actually met through traveling. Both climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, which is the tallest, highest mountain in Africa. That's basically why I'm here today. So that's really where my passion originally came from. It's been my biggest passion my whole life, and I just fulfilled that desire. I went to South Africa in a time when they were in a water crisis. And I remember going to the public restrooms and literally there was no water. Like you couldn't wash your hands and there's signs everywhere and it says, please, don't mind that we don't have water. We're trying to conserve water. Like it's an actual problem that South African people do not have access to clean water. And it made me realize like, wow, like I'm so lucky to be able to have access to clean water that some people in some countries around the world do not have that. And it really, I think, impacted the way that I see things, and I've become less wasteful. I think it's easy to be wasteful when you don't really see what other people are experiencing, and I think that that just made me a more conscious person of what I'm doing and what I'm using, and I'm very good at like conserving because I know what it's like to not have those kind of things. It's really made me realize that it's a blessing and we're lucky to have those things.
Two roads diverged, and I took the one less traveled by. That has made all the difference.
I quit my 9-to-5 and I went to Europe. I went for a month and I had the best time of my life and I was like, this is amazing. This is how I want to live. I went back to the US and I just finished out my lease when I was living in Miami. And after that, I decided to sell all of my things and just travel. And I didn't really have an end date to it. I knew I just wanted to travel and experience, see as much as I could of the world. And that basically led me to traveling for 10 years straight.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
My travel philosophy would be to just go for it. You can't really wait around for anybody in the hopes that one day you'll be able to do it because that next day really isn't promised. And I have personal experience with that philosophy because I always wanted to travel the world, but I had thought that, oh, I need someone to go with me. That's always what I thought when I was younger, before I decided to actually go for it. And what I realized is a lot of people want to travel, a lot of people say they're gonna join you, or yeah, I'd love to do that, I'd love to go. I had a lot of promises, but at the end of the day, there are a lot of excuses I think that people make up, and that's normal. I get it, but people have lives, they have work, they have husbands, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends at this age when I was under 16. But there's always something that comes up, and not necessarily people are going to always be able to join you. If they can, that's great. But I realized that I just had to go for it myself because I was tired of waiting around. And if you wait around, you might never do it. So I say just go for it and don't wait around. If there's something you really want to do, you just got to go out and do it.
Travel isn't always pretty. It isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it hurts. It even breaks your heart. But that's okay. The journey changes you. It should change you. It leaves marks on your memory, on your consciousness, on your heart, and on your body. You take something with you. Hopefully, you leave something good behind.